Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbie. I'm the founder, president, and CEO of GERCAM, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. On this platform, we discuss authentic urban news across the diaspora and what's happening on the African continent. If you enjoy If you're joining us for the first time, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page. We encourage our listeners worldwide to engage with us by leaving a public comment about the topic in the comment section below this audio podcast. Help make our audio podcast and our video podcast go viral by sharing my YouTube page with all of your friends on social media sites that you are on. This will help get the ball rolling. Disclaimer: the content for this information is educational and informational purposes only. It is based on publicly available reports and verified media sources. We fully comply with YouTube's community guidelines. We do not promote violence, hate, or misinformation in any form. This podcast is available in two forms: as an audio as well as a written text in order for us to reach our audience. Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast is our Black media component. I would like to encourage my listeners to subscribe to my Medium page where you can follow along during this presentation. I provide my Medium transcript in the comment section below this audio podcast. Attention, Black artists, African artists who are authors, comedians, poets, musicians, or entrepreneurs. I share my platform with those of you who are on my social media page or in my social groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. Make arrangements with me to come on this platform so that way you can promote your books, your business, your music, your jokes. And if you have a small ministry, then you're more than welcome to come on here and share a 30-minute sermon with my listeners from the global community. After this show, I offer incentives to my guest speakers by teaching them how to create their own podcast, YouTube channel, and help them get it monetized, as well as assist them with creating a free Wix website. If they work hard at growing their audience, then they will get sponsors who will help fund either their online business or online ministry. I am available or open on Thursday, March 19th, Friday, March 20th, Thursday, March 26th, Sunday, March 29th, Monday, March 30th, and Tuesday, March 31st, from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. American Central Time. On this platform, we keep you informed and empowered from everywhere you are, either from the diaspora or Africa. Don't just watch our videos, join GERCAM now, ladies and gentlemen. I want to do more than just news and social commentary, but at this point, this is where I'm at. I'm unable to hire anyone as of yet because I'm not making any money from my book sales, nor from items on my virtual store. That's real talk. I created this platform in order to broadcast my vision and plan across the United States of America to recruit brave, inspired, like-minded Black Americans beyond Chicago who identify as DAS-FM, which stands for Descendants of American Slaves/Freedmen. Also, I want to recruit brave and smart, like-minded African immigrants within the United States of America from 10 African nations. They are as follows: South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, Angola, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. I'm reaching out to those people because that's going to help hopefully speed up the process. Because for 34 years, I've been reaching out to Black Chicagoans, and I'm still on first base, and that's unacceptable. And this is why I'm also reaching out to the global African family. I want them to know my story. I want them to know what I've been trying to do for my people that's trapped here in American ghettos, specifically in Black Chicago. And I have something positive to offer the Black world. And that is a solution to solve all our problems. And I can prove it if given a chance. But I need brave and smart, like-minded brothers and sisters that's going to give me a chance. All those that have rejected my vision and plan for the past 34 years, all I can say is that they will not be part of my business at all, including my own family members. That's just how it is. They got that slave mentality. And once the business materialized, then they think they're going to get in my pockets, going to come around me talking about some congratulations. I don't want to hear that garbage. I'm encouraging both groups to please read my story, quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, second edition. It's available on Amazon in two forms, as an ebook for $9.99 or as a softcover book for $15 plus shipping and handling. I provide my Amazon author page in the comments section below this audio podcast. I'm also reaching out to the Global African Family to help me get my revised book on the bestsellers list, so that way I can be in a better position financially to hire Black people, African people, and others. I want my advisory board or resource team to have an associate's degree or above. Those that's going to be on my advisory board, I want Black attorneys, African attorneys, investors, Black entrepreneurs, African entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, and philanthropists. Once we get our film project fully funded and made and the proceeds from the film starts pouring in, then I will be in a better position financially to purchase property in Chicago, Illinois, buy office equipment, hire qualified Black middle class professionals, and qualified African immigrants. Global African Family, if you're serious about me bringing my Christian business to the African continent, then please help me get my ebook on that bestsellers list so that way the Black world can take us serious. It doesn't matter how bad I would like to get this Christian business up and running in Chicago. Without financial support from the Black grassroots and the Global African Family, then I am unable to do my God-given assignment, which is to build the best Black business within the United States of America, and that is the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago. Once we build that, which is going to be GRCAM members, we want to do that for credibility before I cut and run to Africa. That's all I'm saying. Once we get it started here, because I don't want to waste any more time. I'm calling upon Black content creators and African content creators who have a large audience. Please allow me to come on your platform so that I can speak about my revised book and my film project. After all, my Christian business is for Black millennials and Generation Z. This is not my burden alone. This is a shared burden that GRCAM members must fix within Black society. I don't want the brand and the vision to die in America. I want to push this vision to the Black world. This is my contribution to Africa's rising. If you agree with my vision and plan to help improve Black America, specifically Black Chicago, then you will automatically become a GRCAM member. If you live in the United States of America and if you have purchased my ebook and you agree with my vision and plan, then I would like for you to consider joining our film project team. I'm looking for legitimate Black filmmakers, African filmmakers, directors, producers, actors, stage managers, professional fundraisers, technical directors, and marketers who can come to Chicago to work with me directly in shooting this film once we raise the capital, and that is $250,000. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're serious about doing business with me, then please make yourself known to me. Don't wait until I am dead. Work with me while I'm alive. Again, I do not want to be doing this another 34 years. Yes, it's a straight up turn off. I don't like what I'm experiencing, but my God, I have a passion for my people. Um, I'm not running for public office. We're trying to build this business from the mud, meaning from the bottom up. I provide my email address in my revised book, so that way we can do a voice call or video call. Your call. That's up to you. Although we don't have a physical building at this time, we are using this technology to broadcast what we are trying to do in Black Chicago and beyond. On this platform, we are genuine, sincere, transparent, and authentic. This event will help expand your network, enhance your profile visibility, and make more meaningful connection with the global community. This year, we are determined to get this film project fully funded and made so that we can move our story to the big screen in order to reach the Black masses and let the Black world know who we are and what we're trying to do for our people who identify as DAS FM, that's descendants of American slaves / freedmen who are trapped in American ghettos, specifically Black Chicago, in the low-income Black community or low-income Black neighborhoods. Upcoming events. I would like to encourage my listeners to mark your calendar for our upcoming events. Monday, March 16th, we have guest speaker Reverend Dr. Carol. I can't pronounce her last name. I'm not going to mess it up. She's from Zambia. Saturday, March 21st, we have guest speaker Keisha Taylor from Waukegan, Illinois. Monday, March 23rd, we have guest speaker Bishop Dr. Nicholas, can't pronounce the last name, from Kenya. And Friday, March 27th, we have guest speaker Prophetess Shireen Hazel from Zambia. I would like to also encourage 5 people from one of my social media sites to be on our panel, either from my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my TikTok page, my LinkedIn page, or my X page. If you're interested in being on the panel, then please send me your email address to either my social media sites that I just mentioned, and I will email you specific instructions about being on the panel. If you are unable to participate on our monthly interactive conference on YouTube Live, then please listen to the replay, leave a public comment about the topic in the comment section below this audio podcast, and most of all, please share this audio podcast with your friends on all social media sites you are on. This will help get the ball rolling. Please select which days works best for you so that we can make it happen. If you don't know how to use StreamYard or Zoom, I'm willing to teach you that. After the panel discuss the topic, then we will open up the phone lines for Q&A. Theme: the fall of Black America. America's collapse is coming for Black people. That's, the title. But you have to watch a video, and I have that on. I'll show that to you all once I finish with this presentation, how to maneuver and all that stuff on my Medium page, where YouTube Live when Saturday, March 28th, time 2 p.m. American Central Time, 3 p.m. Canadian Time, 8 p.m. West African Time, 9 p.m. South African Time, 10 p.m. East African Time, and 8 p.m. UK Time. Title of this presentation: Mayor Karen Bass gives Asian community $1 million grant for housing stability. Nothing for DAS FM. Today, we're talking about your Black representative in Los Angeles, California, Mayor Karen Bass, a Democrat. I know a lot of Black people are happy to see a Black woman in that position as city mayor. Wake up, Black people. That's just symbolism. black faces in high places. Remember Obama? They don't do anything for black Americans because they are in the pockets of the white supremacist financial elites. There you will see the link to Mayor Karen Bass. That's her official government page. On there is an article entitled, quote, Mayor Bass continues to drive change to protect renters and prevent homelessness, unquote. To read the full article, just go to my Medium transcript located in the comment section below this audio podcast. Click on the link, then scroll down to show and prove. According to the article, she said, quote, today I joined community leaders to announce a $1 million dollar grant to the Little Tokyo Service Center to support housing stability for vulnerable AANHPI households. Preventing people from falling into homelessness is the first place, is a cornerstone of our strategy to end homelessness across Los Angeles. Unquote. After so many years of increase, oh, I guess she's saying some more. My bad. After so many years of increase, our work has finally reversed the trends and brought homelessness down in our city. And for 2 years straight, with culturally competent emergency rental assistance and flexible financial support like this. It's flexible financial support. Okay, unquote. All right. We can help families stay together and address urgent housing needs. Where's my brothers and sisters in California? I have a family member who resides in California. When I did my research, I discovered that Black Americans only make up 6% of the population, which means the Black vote is worthless because it's neutralized. And basically, that's what the white supremacist financial elites is trying to bring here, for the Black population to be just like it is in California, as well as up there in New York. And I'm going to even say in Atlanta. So a lot where we have these large Black communities, urban communities, that's where they're, once the Democrats get right back in office, because they're going to eventually win the White House. You know, like I say in my book, it's tit for tat, but all they're going to do is reopen up the borders and dump all the illegal immigrants right back into the Black community. And this time, the Black community it's not going to be a Black community. We're going to be done. That's how come I need you all to look at this video that we're going to be talking about next Saturday, March 28th. Again, I still don't have anybody that's telling me that they want to be on the panel. A lot of this stuff is so discouraging. But ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm talking about this topic right here. This is in real time how these Black politicians treat Black Americans. So that's why I'm talking about this topic. Okay. If Black Chicagoans don't embrace my vision and plan within the next 3 years, once the Democrats get back in office, then it will be game over. We won't have a Black community because the Democrats will reopen those borders and once again continue dumping illegal immigrants in the Black community and Black neighborhoods. And within one generation, their children will outnumber ours. And guess who will suffer? Black children, because of this slave mentality within Black society. Lord have mercy on my racial group. You know, I have tried. 34 years of my life, I've been trying online and in real life to get Black Chicagoans to work with me and Sister Renee. All I have is my revised book, my virtual store, this platform, and now I'm trying to raise funds for this film project. My last attempt. Ain't nothing more I can do after that. But I'm doing my best to get it popping here, like my creator placed in my heart to do, so that way I can turn the business over and bring it over to the African continent and work with people that, or work with Africans that want more out of life. But one thing for sure, my business will be membership based. If you're not going to support me, I am not going to support you. It's just that simple. Again, this is why I'm reaching out to African immigrants and the global African family to help speed up the process. I don't want to be doing this another 34 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a game. I'm reaching out to them to help me get my revised book on that bestsellers list. And for those that's here in the United States of America, especially Black immigrants, let me just say, especially African immigrants, I'm going to focus on that. Yes, I would like to have people from the Caribbeans to work with us as well, but I'm just saying at this point in time, because, you know, time is of the essence. I'm getting up in age. I'm just going to go ahead and focus on African immigrants, doggone it. It is what it is. But that's where I'm at with this right now. But once Black Americans see my Christian business materialize, that I'm making money in the business and hiring people and making an impact, mark my words, Black Chicagoans, everybody's going to want to be on board to be part of our business then. So like I said, ain't nothing changed on my end. We will raise the bar in Black America by separating ourselves from the enemy within, that is con artists, Black degenerates, Democrat shields, hardened criminals, pedophiles, off-code Negroes, and urban terrorists. Because they don't mean our racial group any good. I'm just keeping it real. Once we have brick and mortar or a physical building, then we will hold mandatory orientations for local Chicago residents who live on the west side of Chicago. As I mentioned in my revised book, we will cover Austin, Garfield Park, and North Lawndale, and eventually expand the business to the south side of Chicago. Everyone that steps on our premises or through our doors, they will be vetted. That means we're going to screen people. My business is not for the public, it's private. That's just how it is, doggone it. I mean, I tried my 34 years of my life. So now, yeah, I'm not taking any foolishness from anybody. Everyone must pass our criminal background checks, sign the community pledge, and submit their thumbprint to be placed in our database. Now, we will all in time have a second chance program for ex-offenders for nonviolent crimes, former gang members that truly turned their life around and want to be part of the solution. They can be a part of us as well. And homeless individuals that's in the community, we will serve them as well too. And that's for street credibility. Know what I'm saying? There will be consequences in place for those who are trying to undermine us. So we're going to have protocol in place for that to take place. And I talk about that in the book. So read it. We will also expand, like I say, to the south side of Chicago. We want to put everything out on the table to let the residents know that we're there to serve them. We're there to help provide resources, for their for broken families that want more out of life. And we want to, bottom line, we want to help clean up the low income Black community, low income Black neighborhoods, and work with Black Americans who identify themselves as DAS FM, descendants of American slaves slash freedmen, and those that want more out of life. Those who have rejected my vision and plan again for the past 34 years would not be part of my business. That includes my family members as well. That didn't want to, work with me and all that stuff and on that slave mentality. I'm not dealing with that at all. So if I'm like that with my own family members, flesh and blood, how you think I'm going to be with strangers? Please read my book so you'll know what you're getting yourself involved with, ladies and gentlemen. I do not operate like the next Black man. I have my own style and way of doing things. And I stand on Black business. But I want to bring my business over to the African continent because I don't want to be stagnant, reaching out to Black Americans and I'm not getting anywhere. That's not cool at all. Our mission is to help eradicate urban violence in Chicago through art, culture, commerce, spiritual development, and hosting African tours. We're going to visit 10 African nations, the one I already is mentioned above, set up local chapters so that way we can do international trade with our brothers and sisters on the continent. Can't do that right now under Trump because he got the tariffs, on a lot of African nations. And then, it's now America's finna start World War III with Iran. It's just a bunch of mess. I thought the business would be up and running in at least 5 cities by now, but I'm still on first base. That's why I'm so, I'm just really not happy right now with this situation. But again, God give us free will. And I think those of you that's, been with me, since I came on YouTube, which was back in 2010, so thank y'all for that. Trying to grow this platform. So please, again, subscribe. That helps. So we will promote economic opportunities in the Black community and the African immigrant community by being an advocate and becoming an economic base. We will offer different membership levels: basic membership, networking membership, and entrepreneur membership. In real time, ladies and gentlemen, so what I'm saying is that this article that I found, it's ridiculous. So they have checks for everybody, right? Look at the image. And I'm referring to Karen Bass, or Mayor Karen Bass, the website, her government website. The Little Tokyo Service Center, $1 million. And that's our Black politicians. Mayor Brandon Johnson does the same thing, transfer resources to other groups while doing nothing for Black Americans. If she tried to offer us any economic tangibles, there would be pushback against her political career. The white supremacist financial elites has made it clear with their benign and neglect policies, you cannot do something specifically for Black Americans. And that's been out since the 60s. It's called the Moynihan Report, and I have that. That's what I've been trying to share with, GRCAM members, for the longest, for the past 34 years. And yet, Oh boy, and yet I'm still on first base. So that's how come now I'm like, hey, I'm just beating this drum as hard as I can, as loud as I can. This is why I created this platform, because I refuse to be ignored. Got something positive to offer, but good Lord, I don't know how come I'm unable to reach like-minded Black Americans. It's really a turnoff. Yes, it is. Um, but when Black Americans demand an anti-Black hate crime bill and reparations, then all of a sudden we have to be told by these politicians that it can't be just for Black American. We have to include all Americans. That's game, because this grant is only for Asian Americans in LA. Their goal is to pep, um, pa- paper up all these other groups while keeping our Black children locked out of the American dream. Again, for 34 years, I have been trying to teach Black Americans about this, and still I have little to no support from my fellow Black Americans because of that slave mentality. It is what it is. This is why I'm reaching out to the Global African family to work with me to help speed up the process to get my revised book on that bestsellers list. And so that way the Black world can take our cause serious. Secondly, I'm reaching out to African immigrants from 10 African nations to work with me to uh, help me get my revised book on that bestsellers list so I can be in a better position financially to hire Black people, African people, and others who will work with me directly and turning my vision and plan into a reality for credibility before I cut and run to Africa. Because when I come to Africa, I want to come to Africa to bring economic tangibles in the form of job creation. Because I want to hire GRCAM members. Because again, my business is membership based. When it comes to these other groups, our politicians can do something specific, monitor monetary transfer in the form of grants, loans, rental assistance. This is why Black people should embrace my ideas, and we need to be filing lawsuits against these biased politicians and these laws that's on the books. I'm looking at a 2025 data report about the homeless numbers in California because the 2026 has not been released as of yet. Karen Bass gave the Asian community $1 million to combat homelessness. I don't want to see anybody homeless, you know. I'm just, focusing on this article that I found. 46.1% of the homeless people in Los Angeles County is Latino. 32.1% is Black people. 3.7% is American Indians. And then you have Asian people, the group that she gave the grant to. They're only 2.6%, which translate to only 1,751 people they have on record being homeless. Again, this is your democratic representation, ladies and gentlemen. Asian people are homeless, according to the data, 2.6%. And yet they get $1 million of grant money to combat homelessness. Los Angeles, California gave $1 million to an organization to help combat homelessness for the Asian community. But according to the data, it's only 1,751 people that's facing homelessness. When we look at the number of Black people at 21,752 or 32.1%. Black people should also receive about $12.4 million to combat Black homelessness. Where is the Black legal class? We don't have a Black lawyers in. Okay, let me say this again. Why don't we have Black lawyers in every major city standing on Black business? This is discrimination. You mean one group is more important than another? We also have Black organization that fights homeless too. So why they're not giving Black organizations that $12.4 million to combat homelessness? It's more Asians in Los Angeles who are doing well for themselves. They could have had a private organization to assist them off the streets. We got to start asking questions, ladies and gentlemen. Black people outnumber those who are homeless compared to the Asian population. Why are Black Californians not doing something about this? It's going to be kind of difficult to do certain things there because we just don't have the numbers anymore. If we show up to vote like we did in 2008 for Obama, we could change things and get these people like Karen Bass out of office. We need to have a Black grassroots person from our lineage standing on Black business. We need the male version of Ilhan Omar to be our representative. She fights like hell for the Somalian community. Based on the data, that grant money should have been used for Latino population and the Black population, since it's more of them that are facing homelessness in LA. They have a larger number, in other words. The Democrat Party has no issue transferring American taxpayer money to other groups, but they don't want to transfer American taxpayer money to Black Americans. This article is the perfect example. That's the issue, and that's the problem. But continue voting blue no matter who. I encourage Black Americans to be independent, especially GERCAM members, and allow both political parties to fight for our Black vote. I've been encouraging Black Americans to create our own political party for years, but Black Americans are not ready for that as of yet. Black Americans continue to believe in these coalitions, but when the rubber meets the road, there's no coalition. All these other groups are looking out for their own interests. Black Americans has too much division. We're not working together as Black grassroots organizations, and that's why we're not getting anywhere. The other groups are on code with each other. Notice when these other groups receive money, nobody is saying anything. The Democrats Party doesn't want Black people in certain positions. The Black Boule is in cahoots with the Democrat Party, as well as Democrat Shields. And they want to keep Black Americans on that Democrat plantation. The Democrat plantation is a political metaphor used to describe the relationship between the Democrat Party and Black American voters. It suggests that Democrat policies keep Black Americans dependent on government assistance, preventing economic independence, similar to the physical constraints of the slave plantation in North America. It doesn't matter if only a few Black people get something. That doesn't benefit the collective, but you have a lot of Black people in our community who are sellouts. The biggest issue in America is with our Black politicians. We're not able to fight against white supremacy at this time because there's too many of our people that's Americanized, off cold, and have a narcissist attitude, care less about the black community, let alone the black children. I mean, hey, it is what it is. We're not able to fight against white supremacy until Black Americans and African immigrants heal from the scars of slavery and colonization. The Black Boule and the Democrat Shields want proximity to whiteness. That's why they don't have an issue selling us out. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter which social class you belong to. It doesn't matter about which it doesn't matter if you're a black Christian or a black Muslim. It doesn't matter what political party you're affiliated with. When that road cop pulls up and pulls you on and pull your car over on the curve, over to the curve, all he sees is your black face. If you make one wrong move, that could be the end of your life. And that's real talk, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have to go through here in America. Just ridiculous. These buffer groups were brought over here to keep us at the bottom to maintain white supremacy. The Black Boule and Democrat Shields is not advocating for cash payment reparation for descendants of American slaves. They don't advocate for an anti-black hate crime bill neither. If you have to sell your soul to make a dollar, then that's on you. I'd rather struggle and do what I can to earn money the honest way without selling my people out. I will continue to beat this drum on this platform until the black world hears me loud and clear. I grew up poor. I didn't have much. Notice your black representation in Los Angeles, California, they are making sure to paper up these other groups with grant money, but they don't want to pay us our reparations. And that's a doggone shame. And they think we're going to sit up here and want to continue voting for them. So I'm glad that Black Americans are waking up, even though I talk about this in the book. But if they would have embraced my vision and plan for the, 34 years ago, we wouldn't even be in this situation, ladies and gentlemen. And I predict that the business would have been up and running in at least 5 African nations, But hey, it is what it is. We can't make them pay us, but we don't have to do business with them either. The whole purpose of me building Yokai Chicago is for Black Americans who are unable to just up and relocate somewhere else due to their financial circumstances. I want the whole Black world to know my story and what I've been trying to do for my people that's trapped in American ghettos for the past 34 years. This is straight up unacceptable. And that's how come, I want to get this business up and running so I can turn it over and I can be released and bring the business over to the African continent. Now, these Democrats could have kept quiet about this situation in California. Black people don't have proper representation. When these other groups get in certain positions, they're not trying to build with us. For example, if an Asian person becomes a manager, he will focus on bringing in more of his own people than Black people. And that's just how it is. Yet Black Chicago still refused to embrace my vision and plan to help improve our Black community and our plight here in America. Enough is enough. Black Americans are locked out of the job market many times because we don't speak a foreign language. I don't think anybody should be denied a job if they don't speak a foreign language. English is the main language here in America, at least for now. Black Americans have to deal with the Democrat Party, black politicians, the black boule, and Democrat shields on a constant basis. I'm tired of these black politicians not doing anything for black Americans, but they are sending checks to everybody else, and we are supposed to be cool with that. Politicians were a problem back in the biblical days. Politicians have never been any good for society. In Gurkhan, Chicago, we will teach our members and students about ownership and controlling our stories through our Black empowerment films. If you are serious about obtaining power, strategy, and ownership, then read my revised book. Thank you all for joining us today on this podcast. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. Please leave a public comment about the topic in the comment section below this audio podcast and share with your friends on all social media sites you are on. This will help get the ball rolling. Thank you for listening to our audio podcast and for joining us on the stream. We are greatly appreciated. I need for you all to get your hands on deck for this film project so that we can move Gurkhan from behind the computer and get our story on the big screen to let the whole Black world know who we are and what we're trying to do for our people, or for my people that's trapped here in American ghettos. Hood, quote, Hood Liberator made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins, unquote. You can be a part of this historic docudrama by contributing to our crowdfunding pages, which are our GoFundMe page, our Buy Me a Coffee page, or our PayPal Giving Fund page, which will help fund marketing, promotion, clearance, legal, and general expenses. If you are a U.S. citizen, then I recommend that you donate to our PayPal Giving Fund page because you can use it as a tax write-off. This is a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit, faith-based, and community advocacy organization. You can also purchase items from our virtual store or purchase my revised book. The ebook is $9.99. Softcover book is $15 plus shipping and handling. We greatly appreciate your support. You can find all of the links below this audio podcast in the comments section. Thank you for listening to our YouTube live or the replay. If you are new to Help Stop the Genocide American Ghettos podcast, welcome to our safe space where we discuss Black issues and African issues. We do this every week. Now, before I conclude this podcast, I want to show you all some things. I want all my listeners to know how to navigate on my I would say on my Medium page. Let's see. So we're gonna start with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is my Medium page. Please hit follow. That's free to follow me on here. And see right here where it's pinned. So this is where what I just read from. This is my actual presentation. I write out my speeches. I do I do my research. That's how come, there's a lot of links because I want to be able to offer articles that people can read, and for those that don't like to read, I'm not gonna knock them. It is what it is. Some people just don't like to read, so that's how come I have videos. So that's what I do on here. But anyway, I'm scrolling down. So this is how you maneuver around on my Medium transcript. Okay. Oh boy, hold on. All right. I'm scrolling down. Yes, it's a lot of material because, I come with receipts. I don't like to just get on, do anything just to be running off at the mouth. I like to back up what I say. So, right here, even though it didn't, because it's a lot of information, and sometimes, when I type the stuff up and try to post it, it doesn't post everything. So, anyhow, it's supposed to say show and prove right here after I say peace and blessings and the hashtags, then right here is supposed to be show and prove. But nevertheless, this is the article that I would like for you all to click on. That's where I got my information from. Now, this is a government site, but it's an article that was talking about Mayor Bass. So that's important that you check that out. And also, here's what I found from homelessness counted by race in LA. So click on that. This is the unfortunate stuff that goes on in our inner cities across the United States. This happened somewhere in Louisiana. 8-year-old boy was shot, fatally shot, because rival, I guess rival drug dealers or rival gangs. Unfortunately, sad situation. It happens here a lot too. So I mean, I just picked out what I saw in the news. So um, so all of that stuff is important. Now this is what we're going to be talking about right here: the fall of Black America. I'm going to have to, if you're serious about participating on our virtual interactive conference, check out this video and watch that first. And if you want to be on my panel, um, just please send me an email message and let me know that you want to be on here. I'm only looking for 5 people. Still don't have anyone that told me that they want to be on there. If I don't get anybody, that's okay. I just have to hold it down by myself. Here's what it is. But I want people to know, for one thing, I'm doing the best that I can within my power. That's all I'm doing. Not just trying to sit up here and run off at the mouth. I want to recruit brave and smart people to help me run this thing, so Black people can stop being at the bottom. Good Lord, it's such a turnoff. And here again, that 40, the 92% Black women. So I'm calling on Black women that's on my friends list, that's listening to this audio podcast. Use that same energy that y'all use to help raise 1.5 million for Kamala Harris within 3 hours on a Zoom call. Click that click the link below so you can read the article and stuff like that. This is why it's important that we get on code with each other. Join GERCAM. Median wealth of Black Americans will fall to 0 by 2053. I predict either 2040 or 2035. I'm saying around that time. I mean, this ain't nothing to play with, ladies and gentlemen. But I mean, Black Americans, don't want to heed to what I have to say. So I don't want to sit up here and be like, "Oh, I told you so. I told you so." I don't want to be that kind of man. I want to take the business elsewhere, work with people that want more out of life, bottom line, and take back our continent from these former colonizers. That's what I want. Shoot. But anyhow, there we go, right here. Black women, 42% voted for Democrats. Same thing, in all these elections, they keep voting for these Democrats, and we're not getting anything out of it. It's to help other groups. That's how come I pulled up this article. I was like, yes, I'm going to share this. Black men, I want y'all to be involved too, Get y'all off of that Democrat plantation. Shoot. They ain't going to give us reparations and tangibles. Why are you voting for them for? You just basically helping other people and trying to seal your fate at being a permanent underclass, which is going to be your children. And we don't want that. Right? And this is benign neglect policies, the Monahan report. Click on that link and you can find out about that. Memorandum 46. Check that out. Because they wanted division. The white supremacist financial elites was trying to cause division with Black Americans and African immigrants. Now we're causing division ourselves because of this diaspora wars. That's how come over here I don't, embrace that foundational Black Americans, because that's under Tariq Nasheed's camp. And all they do is argue back and forth all day online with African immigrants and Afro-Caribbeans. Over here, we want to build. I don't have time for that foolishness over here at all. My credibility, so this is what I'm trying to get you all to support me. Right there, read my story. This is our GoFundMe page, our PayPal page. Buy me a coffee page. This is my virtual store there. You know what I'm saying? Most of all, please subscribe to my YouTube page. That's it right here. Right? So basically, I showed you all different places that you can go. That's important. Okay, I'll stop that. Let's see. Share. All right, so now this is my link tree. I like this, and I hope they'll let me at least show you some things on here. Sometimes it don't, but I'm gonna take a chance. And let me click over here. And so what I want to show you over here, if it's going to play, I just wanted you to see the videos, the graphics more over here. That's all. So yeah, these are the urban terrorists that killed that 8-year-old boy. Sad. Oh boy, it's just this stuff. Just it's just ridiculous. Anyway, check this out about. It says Trump calls for help against Iran. A wake-up call for Africa. So yeah, this is important. Like I say, I want to be on the African continent, but before I come to Africa, I want to make sure I get the business popping here in America first for credibility. And when I come to Africa, I want to be able to put money in GRCAM members' pockets. So Africans can feed their families. Need y'all to check this out. This is a real positive sister, Dr. Arcana. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But yeah, the sister, she's bad. And so, check out what she has to say on that video. Check out what this sister has to say. Um, it's good, she's dropping knowledge. But yeah, a lot of black women was upset, that Jasmine Crockett, she lost the primary. And so, yeah, it is what it is. Y'all gotta stop. I'm glad that black women are waking up. I hope y'all come over this way, help me raise that 250,000, for the film project. Again, this is the America's collab is coming for black people. This is what we're going to be talking about on the 28th. I call it the fall of Black America. So I need y'all to check that out. Ladies and gentlemen, please. It's going to be next Saturday. So not this coming Saturday. It's the next Saturday, the last Saturday of the month. Please make arrangements with me to come on here so we can talk about that. A sister, she was getting problems trying to withdraw money out of her own bank account. They giving her a hard time. And so y'all shouldn't do business with Wells Fargo at all, Black Americans. I'm just saying. Y'all don't listen to me, so hey, it is what it is. Al Sharpton, his stuff. Check this out about well, this is a good, video to watch. That's another good one. That's a good one right there. And yeah, yep. And this is the real one right here. I want y'all to check out right here. Indians taxing Kenyans on their own roads. Boy, I tell you. See, you guys allow these foreigners. I mean, now they're trying to be the new colonizers. You guys you need to check those people. You can't sit up here and be all, kind, and you let a stranger come to your house and then, he's gonna take over. You think it's his house. You gotta check his behind. Shoot. You can't do that mess over there in India, but they want to do that in Africa. Oh, Lord. Yeah, and that one too, So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you all for listening. Really appreciate that. And that's going to conclude our show for today.